I am thinking that we're going to get Ronda Rousey versus Charlotte at WrestleMania. And if you do that match, I think Ronda remains champion the whole time. Don't forget, Ronda Rousey was a legend in the UFC. Set all kinds of records. She's a Hall of Famer there. You know, she's the Brock Lesnar of the women, really, is what she is. And so far, WWE has booked her well. They've protected her well. I don't think a loss here to Nikki Bella is something that the WWE would do. I know the fans think that WWE loves the Bellas, and it's ridiculous what they do with them. I understand that. When the Bella twins returned for their tag team match a few weeks ago, they were being promoted and hyped as two legends returning to the ring. Don't get me wrong, that makes me throw up as much as the next guy. But even with WWE delusionally believing that the Bellas are legends, I don't think they would be stupid enough to have Nikki Bella beat Ronda Rousey in a match, unless you have a whole bunch of people turning on Ronda Rousey. You got Brie Bella getting involved. You got Stephanie getting involved. You've got Natalya turning heel. You might even have to have Brock Lesnar show up and F5 the bitch in order to get that belt off of her. So the way I see it happening and the way I see it going down right now is that Ronda Rousey's going to retain at Evolution. She's going to tap Nikki Bella out. If she's going to go on this run, this unstoppable, unbeatable run into WrestleMania, much like Asuka did last year, and then have to face Charlotte, that's a big match for New York. I don't care what you say. And when it comes to the women in the company right now, those are your two alphas. So it would seem likely to put them on a collision course for WrestleMania. And I can even go one further. WWE is moving SmackDown to the Fox network next year for a lot of money. And we can already see signs and shades that the big brand extension that is only 2 years old is starting to crumble a little bit at its foundation. So if they're going to be moving SmackDown to Fox, and Fox is going to want all of their top stars, you might want to think about ending the brand split. And if you do that, that means you're going to have to unify a couple of belts. So imagine that. Imagine if Charlotte beats Becky at Evolution and Ronda retains against Nikki at Evolution, and both women go on a long run between now and WrestleMania, beating everybody that's put in front of them, and then they collide at WrestleMania in a unification match. Winner take all, may the best woman win. And here's another one. Imagine this. Now, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but we've all been asked the question before. I've been asked it in Q&As, WWE officials. I've heard fans ask Stephanie McMahon this before. And that question is, do you think a women's match will ever be able to main event a WrestleMania? Well, if that is ever going to happen, this is your best chance so far. I mean, Ronda Rousey versus Charlotte, both of them on an incredible winning streak and a title run in a unification match, that could actually be your main event for WrestleMania. I know that's far-fetched. You know, I wouldn't think that two women would main event WrestleMania. I just don't see it happening. But this is probably about as big of a female match that you can make currently in WWE. And I'm just saying, who knows? Who knows? So I know that's looking way ahead. But when I think about this Ronda Rousey situation with the Bellas, and all the fans are all up in arms about it and how it's bullshit, and the Bellas, you know, don't deserve any of this, I wouldn't worry too much. I've got a pretty good feeling that Ronda Rousey is going to rip both of Nikki's arms off and probably rip her tits off too.